know there's Stripe too. You guys want to come in for breakfast? Come on. Good morning. I do see Tux on the platform and Morris in the chair. You know what? It's actually raining right now. Not heavy by no stretch. Like, I'll point over here and you'll go, it's raining? It really is raining. So I put them in the cat hotel again. We're just supposed to have showers today, and on the radar it looks pretty clear. This has got to be that barely to the ground stuff. Stripe went off for his morning walk. He'll come back around in a minute. I saw him head toward the front yard. Mr. Man is doing good. Don said we had another 1/10 of an inch overnight, so that's 9/10 total for the 2+ day rain event. I knew it wasn't going to be dry today, but storms does not mean gentle mist all morning. Things are looking like a jungle. I love it. I saw the butterfly bush, the white, there blooming. I wish the purple one was the one that hadn't died, but alas, the purple one didn't make it, and the white one did. I thought about putting, last year, and didn't execute on it, buying a purple one at Home Depot and putting it back in the center. But at this point, this fall, I think it's going to be a Japanese maple. I'm just too in love with Japanese maples to probably put a butterfly bush there. Everything's looking pretty. I love these mornings. Well, I love about these mornings, at least, that I get to walk the yard a little bit. I can see the yard, and I got time to enjoy the yard. This new maple is doing good. The hellebores are about done blooming, but those blooms last a long time. You can see the hydrangea there, looking pretty. And all the flowers are out on the lilies. I told Don he's got to put the fence up or the deer are going to come eat them. So, whatever day it's dry enough this week, I'll be reminding him. And it doesn't take him 15-30 minutes max to put the little deer guard fence up. Finally, that coleus is taken off. And the new one I added and the original big one I had put in there. Part of last year's light green one lived in this pot. I saved it when I repotted stuff, and it's coming back off the stem. The piece I tried to save in the other pot didn't make it. That's kind of a bummer. So if I see some that color, I probably should buy a plant for the other pot so they stay even. It's the only thing in the whole yard, the holly trees and the coleus planters, that matters if it's even from one side to the other. Hey, Mart. Mart. But see the lilies? Looking really pretty. That and the hydrangea. I brought water down to my tree because I have time, and it's not really rained enough to water a tree. I think that triangle of impatience there with the plants on the ground and up on the rail has turned out nicely. Here comes Stripe. He had come back to the back, but he heard me. He is a mama's boy. Well, something dug, but only just a little, and that could have been from watering too. It's looking good. No problems there. Ah, the bird bass down in there. I'm not walking through right now in the wet. Dawn and I have talked about putting a real bird bath or a deeper dish or something. That one is metal and rusty and not stuck where it needs to be, and it comes off easy. Yeah, I mean, we've had rain and the intermittent creek is wet, but there was no super running water. And the couple little purple flower things I brought back from the trail, two of them are down there and two of them are up in the backyard. Anyway, they took to that moist, wet soil great. I don't often show this view, but you can see when the water runs down how over the years that creek bed up there has really gotten eroded. It looks like what you would expect. I guess this one dogwood tree here didn't make it. Last year it was questionable. Have Dawn take that out. No rush, but this fall when we're out in the yard doing stuff, that can come down. Yep, looks like a jungle. Hi. Hello. So, I guess the driveway, the bridge, the path of the yard, it's been 3 different ways. Originally, there was a culvert and a driveway, and it came basically over where the bridge is. Came up this way and went around the back of the house. And then, at some point, Don moved it over there with gravel for years and years. And then he had the gravel changed to asphalt and cement on the steep part. And then we came back in and we dug up the culvert. And I do mean we. I think we both lost 10 or 15 pounds that summer. It was like 14, maybe 15. Dug up the culvert and put in the bridge. Anyway, when we dug up the culvert, we had all these ferns in the way. And we didn't want to kill them, so we put them in pots, and they sat in pots for several years. And these ferns here are those ferns. And then 2, maybe 3 years ago, we planted the ferns here. And they really took off. I'm particularly liking this big leafed one. We don't have a lot of that in the yard. It looks very tropical. So, do you hear me talking out here too? Hi, Mart. You get some exercise walking your yard. That's a good boy. Yeah, we hauled all that dirt from down there when we got rid of the culverts up this hill. And we filled in the foundation around the garage. It was before we had Ruby, so sometime between 13 when I moved in and 17 when we got Ruby. So like I said, 14 or 15. We would do 3, 4, 5 barrels a day. You had to fill them, which was work. And you had to push them up the hill and dump them. And it was good work. I liked the work. And it really filled in nicely around the garage, which had not been filled in properly. And then it made it where Dawn could come back later and put the bridge across. And other than messing up the sled hill, for those rare winters we have snow, it's great. Hey, bud. It's just shy of 2 acres. And then green park space, county-owned space, non-buildable space around us makes it look even bigger. Good morning, Gray. Good morning. Hi. Got your chicken. Chicken. I'm going to have to cook one today, though, or there won't be any for dinner. That's the last of it. Yeah, that's the last of it. Hi. Pouty face.
Yeah, there's no software update.
And Ruby's clean, and we just really both agree we don't want to get her wet and dirty for nothing. Well,
right.
Not for nothing, but...
Well, we were only going to go to Walmart.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I mean...
Although I suppose what's going to happen is I'm going to take off to the chiropractor and my shopping stuff tomorrow, and I'm probably going to drive Ruby, and it won't have mattered because... Yeah. But anyway,
That's true. It's possible.
Yeah, it's nothing like sit and wait for an update.
Yep.
Walmart and walking, that's where we're headed, but Walmart first. So we're a little perplexed. It says Walmart Supercenter, and there's Walmart, and that's the left turn lane we should have been in, yet she wants to go 0.3 miles and make a U-turn, which she failed to do over the weekend twice at the same intersection, as if she doesn't even do U-turn. So she's making us miss Walmart. This is the last possible place to turn in for it.
Yep.
Yet she wants us to turn around, I guess, at the next light, 0.1 miles now.
There's nobody behind us, so she has a little bit of wiggle room that she can figure stuff out.
So she wants us to U-turn here to go back to Walmart. I'm like,
well, there's nobody behind us.
I know, but I'm just totally
just simply
perplexed. Now she's going to say unable to complete maneuver.
Right.
So you're going to have to fix this now.
Yeah, she's screwed us.
What in the world?
Well, she could have come down here. Can she fix this? All right, so now she's taking off. Here's a roundabout with pedestrians. So
and a dog. Honey.
Hot dog, baby. Here we go.
Stop.
That'll teach him to walk up the middle of the road.
Stop.
Splatter him, splatter him.
You know he doesn't mean it. It's stopping very nicely for the people. It did a great job. But let's not teach it to come this way every time to go to Walmart. For God's sakes, that's not what we want to do.
Right.
And that intersection back there has a left arrow and everything. It's not like it's some hard intersection that I would expect the car to feel the need to want to avoid.
Yeah.
Okay, I know I said we weren't going to talk about 11.4.1 anymore, but we're just having too much fun with it over here.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see what she's doing.
0.1 mile onto unnamed road.
Well,
it's fine for her to go in here.
She should turn the turn signal on.
She did.
All right, so I have no problem had she just made a left turn, used the roundabout to reverse her direction instead of I wouldn't have made a U-turn at that spot. I would have did exactly what I did. I said, oh, well, I'm going to go into this road here and see where I can turn around. I said, oh, wow, there's a roundabout.
But just to say there was an opening and I think a turn lane even to make a left turn there.
Oh, yeah, baby. Cut that corner with that cell phone.
Yep, minivan and cell phone. She was really paying attention. Good, not.
Oh, boy, an armored car.
You brought me for my bank deposit today. Thank you, Donnie. I can have whatever I want at Walmart. You taking over, letting me out.
She said 0 feet. She stopped.
0 feet. She stopped. Okay. Well, FSD is always fun and exciting. Just taking a quick peek in the garden center. It wouldn't be a trip to Walmart without stopping to look at the flowers. I actually wanted to buy a spider plant for inside and they didn't have any. Oh, these are pretty. Instead of a hamburger on top, this one has a sub. That's pretty cool. Oh, and look at how they did the actual diner seat. I think that looks like a bench for sure. That's awesome. This is the new cardboard Lego minifigure packaging. Nobody wants this. We all want the plastic baggies that we can feel and try to figure out what it is. And I guess it's supposed to be more economically friendly, environmentally, friendly. I don't buy it. This is a signaling and probably not like really, I don't think so. There are new poly bags, Marvel with Doctor Strange and a Harry Potter Quidditch practice set. People will probably like the clear poles. I wonder who that's supposed to be, which figure, I don't know actually. And the gold little paddles. I don't know that I've seen that much in gold before. There's an associate putting out a ton of new stuff. Oh, they're ready for 4th of July or Memorial Day if you so choose. I note that they even have the LED patio light bulbs. Way cool. Well, if they hadn't priced them so high in the first place, they wouldn't have to mark them down 50%. It's not just Home Depot, it's everybody, but still. Oh, that's pretty. Looks fussy. I'm looking for a spider plant. Don't see one. Well, no spider plant at Home Depot or at the Walmart. I don't know what's up with that. That's usually a really easy plant to find. There was a blue X back at the light and there's a blue 3. And we're just gonna head to South Park because it is kind of misty rain. It's just not a day worth making the effort to drive farther away for a view when it's, you know, raining and no 11.4.2. Yeah, it's nice. It's 69. It's not cold. Garden Hut's closed today. Don offered to take me over there to look for a spider plant, but they're not open. So they're enjoying their holiday, which is fine. Although, as crowded as Home Depot was, people would definitely be out wanting to do gardening today and buying things, and it's plenty warm, and we really weren't expecting as much rain as it is raining right now. So Don had to pull out the emergency jackets from the back of the car because neither one of us brought our rain gear with us.
Yeah, well, it's just really heavy mist.
Yeah, heavy mist. More than we thought. It's not even showing up on the radar. So, you know, if you're just looking at the radar to decide, is it raining out there? You better go walk outside and actually try to figure it out, because I didn't just want to walk the track 8 times today, so we headed down the trail, at least to the neighborhood cutoff for part of the walk. Get a little bit of elevation back today. This is 3 days and no weight vest. Oh my God, is it going to be heavy when I put it on. Hopefully tomorrow. We made it to the end of the trail. Yay! I guess it's good to switch things up sometimes. Walk the reverse direction. All that jazz. I walked down to the water at the safe spot, and the ferns over there are pretty. Kind of got my eye on some rocks. I was seeing what was available. Could use a couple pieces of quartz. Not this walk. 2 times around the track and we'll be golden.
Yeah.
We'll have our normal distance in.
That's right.
The jackets were getting hot. I had to take mine off. Plus the rain had let up.
Yeah. So we were just chit-chatting, and we realized something. This is exactly 3 years ago this weekend that we started walking. We've started walking in Memorial Day weekend 2020.
Yeah, I think earlier that week, just to see if I could make it around the track one time, I stopped and made it around the track twice. And then I was like, hey, instead of going for your run tomorrow, would you be willing to walk with me? I need some help.
Yeah.
I need a partner and stuff. And I was actually one of the few people that lost weight during COVID instead of put on weight. Although I'm not saying that walking the track is what caused the weight loss. It was tightening down on some other things. But it was because I knew what I was getting. I was getting maybe 3,000 steps a day. That was all it was. And when we started adding in the 6,000 or 7,000 step morning walk, then that pushed me up to 10,000. And you know, when I work on the Legos, I'm actually surprised I'm not in better shape than I am, because I swear I never stop moving, and I'm lifting and lugging and up on my feet and moving around the house all the time. But
yeah, she doesn't sit down.
My Apple Watch doesn't count it as steps, and my Apple Watch doesn't often count it as standing even, which is a little frustrating. But anyway, we cleaned out the garage. It was all those trips up and down the steps.
That's right.
The bending over and cleaning the garage floor with the floor mate thing, running errands to get this and that for Dawn. We were labeling and moving boxes and organizing, and we weren't sitting around thinking about food because we stayed busy. I think that was a lot of it. Like when Dawn built the garage back around 2000-ish?
2005.
2005, he lost some weight then because he wasn't sitting around in the evening thinking about stuff. Just like when we did the culvert project and drug all that dirt up the hill, besides the fact that it was extra work, it was also not sitting around thinking about food. So, but I did just tell Dawn that, you know, obviously I am way better off than when I started walking and taking some other things more seriously, but I'm also frustrated that as much movement as I do, that I'm not better than I am. Oh, there's certainly room for improvement. Maybe now with better sleep for a longer period of time, I can start to heal a little more.
Yeah, because it's nice getting 7 hours plus a day. You know, it's actually like this morning I woke up. It was actually kind of good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I did the bad thing. I woke up at 8 something, saw Dawn was asleep, convinced the black cat to lay down beside me nighttime, and went back to sleep until like 9 when Dawn got up. And usually the second time you don't feel as good as the first time, and that was certainly the case this morning. But you know what? For this first week, I'm just really not gonna, I'm just gonna let it be. after this, which this week is actually filled with stuff too. But maybe the following week I'll try not to do that. But just for a few more days, please just let me sleep. So I called the Lowe's in Holly Springs and they have spider plant. I was hoping Don was turning this way, but he didn't realize. There's one of our stealth Fuquay-Varina Police Department. I think we have 4 of these now, so it sort of says police on the side, but of course it's very grayed out. And some people in the town really like them, and some people in the town are really upset about them. Personally, totally okay with it. So the Lowe's in Holly Springs has a spider plant, and we've engaged full self-driving, and we're headed there.
See if it knows how to get out of this parking lot.
Right.
Because it's supposed to go out over there.
It is supposed to go out on the other side. I'm thinking, is it going to turn left here by this car to get 200 feet? No. Well, I mean, I've gone out there before the other way, but technically
not supposed to.
But I have also done that. It wouldn't have been the end of the world.
All right, she's making this left turn. Okay. There you go.
The reason why I'm buying this spider plant is, well, number one, I love tropical house plants. I just, since I moved out of the other house, haven't had them. Since I've had more cats in the house, I haven't had them. But I was reading an article about the benefits of spider plant and 2 other plant types in the home for purifying the air, basically better than an air purifier. They'll clean out benzene and other carcinogenic compounds, and it was the study that they did, it was kind of amazing the amount that one spider plant could actually clean the air in a home. So I thought, well, I can find a place for one of these plants. They're easy to grow. They just like some bright light or even artificial light. They're not fussy at all. And that's why I'm hunting one of these plants. So I'm sure you could Google the article, spider plant, clean inside air, and probably read the same study I did. Very pretty. Too expensive though. And they did an awesome job with their display here. I had seen it on Facebook. I'm glad to see it in person. Yep, that spider plant, plenty big. Wonder if there's a smaller one. My hands were full. Everything was heavy, and everyone was having trouble in the checkout line. So I'm sort of glad to be back in Jules. But I did buy the world's largest spider plant ever. So the yellow pot, the one with the flowers in white, is new. And there's the spider plant. I told you it's like huge. So I'm gonna either split it in half or take babies and plant in the pot. I'm not sure. There's lots of babies to choose from. So I'm gonna make a couple lamps, lay the floor. My building will be done except for the replacement piece I'm waiting on. And I am putting away just a few bricks in the bins I have out. Are those colors, orange, yellow, brown, while I'm at it. No surprise, I'm short of orange bricks to finish the floor. No big deal. The couches are a smidge big for the minifigures, but not super too big. I gave the husband, the man, Moby Brick to read, an official Lego, let me get it in focus there, brick book. And then the wife, she has a tile in her hand that has some Asian writing and art on it. So she's picked the book off the shelf to read to. And I've installed 2 lamps. I mean, yeah, if you're reading, I guess maybe you need to be closer, but it just would have been too cramped. Sorry about the focus. Would have been too cramped to put 4 lamps. I suppose I could hang from the roof an overhead light. Anyway, I still want to finish this corner, and obviously I need more orange tiles, but otherwise it's done. So I'm setting it to the side for now. And I'm happy with this floor, good enough. around 5 o'clock. I just deboned the chicken for the kitties. We're getting more rain today than I thought we were going to get, according to the forecast. I see Marty and Morris and Stripe all in the cat hotel. Stripe's under the chair. Morris is in the chair. Marty is up high. Anyway, I'm not trying to mess with that spider plant today because of the rain. And it'll wait. It's fine. Don's still doing stuff in the garage. He said he wanted to clean his workbench. And I just wanted to say that I am still thinking about what I want to do for the roof on that building. And I don't know if I said it before, but there's going to be a nearly identical building done with the dark turquoise Lego brick separator piece. I'm just not doing it back to back with that building. And they'll fit so that the orange points one way and the dark turquoise points the other way, and they'll snap together. 2 corner buildings. It looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to do a vet theme on the other one. So I have a lot of friends vet stuff like exam tables and x-ray machines and grooming stations and yeah, a lot of spare parts. So I think that's how this might be where the veterinarian school people live, and the other one might be the vet. At least that's my current thinking. But next up, and there is a grandfather elevator building I want to do too, but I had ordered the Lego Parisian restaurant incomplete off of eBay. You can't touch this thing new in the box or whatever. And the box was damaged, so there was the guy kind of was able to fit it in here, a piece of it, but it was damaged, so I told him not to worry about it. But I did not take this all out when it came, so I'm going to check it out now. I know the base plate, and basically all of bag 1 is missing, and a few bags opened up and stuff, but I should be able to make pretty good on this. I like the challenge of hunting down and figuring out what's missing. It adds to the build for me. Books 2 and 3 are here, but not book 1, which goes along with, you know, book 1, bag 1 stuff is missing. The guy was very upfront about what's here and what's not here without counting every single thing. It looked like all the minifigures are here, which would be a big deal. So 2's partially opened up. A lot of 3 bags, a lot of 4 bags. And I had picked up some olive green because I figured I was probably missing a little bit. Yeah, if you look here on the left, that's the bag number. On the right, that's the book, instruction book number. So bag 1 is the base plate and some stuff. And I had looked at it and it wasn't really complicated stuff. And then bag 2 starts to build up some of the walls and the windows. And coming up with olive green bricks and brown windows is not a big deal. The awning being the dark red, those might not be bricks that I have, but I probably can, you know, and I do have a lot of bag 2. And then 3 is the second floor and 4th is the top. So the only thing is all of my buildings start out with a green base plate and not gray, and I have no desire to do gray, so I'm gonna go grab green. Building Legos, watching Legos. He was actually willing to settle in the chair today. I only had to lift him down once. I think he's really doesn't want to be out in the rain. He came in pretty wet and I dried him off. Well, my helper decided he needed to wake up and get, you know, with it. You getting jiggy with it? He came up here and he grabbed a couple of my parts. It's all right. I'm stopping to cook dinner, skirt steak, teriyaki skirt steak. Blech, that was easy for me to say. Fajitas. I made it through step 6. You know, this is an expert build, quote unquote, Legos term. So there's a lot of parts go on for each step. I thought it was really cool how Ches is here. I don't know exactly what that means, but you know, Ches Cafe. They just put the tables and chairs out here on the platform are going to go on it, but I thought that was really cute that underneath it looks, you know, it has the word. So this is the only part that's not right. I got lots of 1x3s, 1x2s, and even some 1x5s. I do not have a 1x4 in light bluish gray. So, oh well, for right now. Out there, there's like sort of sunshine and everything. Is there hope for tomorrow? Maybe. There go those yummy fajitas. Really nice meat.
Actually pretty damn smooth. It's about as good as I would have done.
I had seen it on Facebook. It looks even better in person.
Sure. California. Not something you see a lot of. I mean, that's old school California. That's not even the new one. I mean, that's the California tag from when I was a kid. Black and gold. It's the state colors, gold and black. It's a golden state. I think is what it is. The Golden Bear State. Yeah, the Golden Bear State. That's what it is. Are we going to go through town or are we going to... Don't hit the curb. Whoa!
Jesus!
Nothing like powering out of those curves, baby. That's pretty good. So you're back in the seat.
So you be pulling that clip off
I
the
guess,
dash. You be
well, I have
pulling
to
the
pull
drive.
it.
Yeah, you be pulling the drive to and from Lowe's off the dash cam. 11.4.1 be damned.
Yeah. That was quite a powering out of that curve. And the funny thing is that there was a truck in front of it. I mean, that was like really strange reaction. Oh, so I found out something about this I did not know, because we don't hardly ever push the button. When you push the button, the file is not in their video anymore. It's only in the events folder. So the other day, and if you do is
that why we lost the one thing that one time?
Right.
Because you did that?
It wasn't because I didn't know. I didn't do anything, and it was in the events folder, but I remember that had to do with a hard stop. The one that we just had up there at the bowling Alamo, I didn't push the button. I slammed on the brakes, and it was in the events folder. So if you decelerate at a certain rate, or you push the button, it ends up in the event folder. Gosh, it's downright raining over here, sweetie. I really wonder when he's going to at least, this is, Andy was right. You got to have some kind of memory. Like that right there, we ought to know better than hit it at 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing to see how intelligent, initially, I guess I'm stammering here, but what I'm trying to say is, so finally we get full self-driving and the cars can drive ourselves. We don't have to pay attention anymore. And another year goes by. Are the cars going to be any better than they were with that first release? In 5 years of full self-driving, after, there's been full self-driving for 5 years or 10 years, how good are the cars going to be? Not how safe, how smooth, like those bumps, missing potholes, timing the lights, slowing down, efficiency, all these things. If all you had to do as a human being is focus on, and you had all this data immediately available, like when the traffic light's going to turn green again, how many cars are in line, you had all that data and you had time to process it all. How smooth could you be? I get the safety aspect.
That was weird.
Yeah, I totally get the safety aspect, but I don't know, because, crossing that 42, and then she sped up like crazy, and then if I want her to slow down, I'm going to slow down, so that's going to waste fuel. Even though it's at the regen and all that stuff, that's still a waste. Where she could have,
Power moves electric.
Car coming away, parked cars on the side of the road, had to give way.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she wouldn't have hit that other vehicle head on, but then we'd have just been in a pinch and had to reverse and been more work on us. And
right. Well, plus she was, for some reason, she felt like she was flying.
Right. Well, the speed limit through here is 25, and
she's doing 27. She wants to do 27. That's that 3% over or something like that.
Right. Well, when I'm driving, I'm like doing 15 through here. 25 always seemed too fast for conditions.
gonna go? You gonna go? You gonna go? You gonna go? You gonna
Nah,
sit?
she's gonna wait till that car is really close and then she's gonna go. I'm glad I didn't leave my fragile new pot in the back.
Well, I didn't. That's
Well,
all
it wasn't
on her.
you. It wasn't you. It was her. Thank you for taking me up there.
You're welcome. I'm glad you got your spider plant.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on. Slow down, slow down. So I want to get your key fob wherever it is. I haven't been able to find it.
It's not in the car today.
Well, she thinks it is.
She does?
Yeah, she says key fob battery low.
Today?
Today?
Oh, I don't have my purse with me, so
Okay.
my key fob is not in the car to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, well that's good, sweetie. Well, I still go change the battery. We're good. I'm going to take the groceries in and grab your key fob, and then go back out to the garage, and I'll put a key fob in for you. It's not a problem. I didn't know why.
It's inside a Scooby, inside the Tux purse.
What's wrong with this?
Corrective steering has been applied for your safety. The hill makes her nervous. Oh. All I was trying to say with the dirt was the two small bags were
Equal to one big bag.
one big bag, and it was on sale for $7. So there was no reason to buy a big bag, and
Right.
etc. etc.
What's this? What's this say?
Link driver profile. Marianne's iPhone 13 will automatically select Dawn. Cancel. I don't know why.